Couldn't cut it as a blind man. What's up, guys?
Wise man, I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man.
Do you want karaoke with it too, or should I just play it? This is how you remind me.
This is how you remind me.
Me of what I really am.
This is how you remind me of what I really am.
Not like you say sorry. I was written on a different story. This time I was breaking for it, and your heart was breaking. I've been down, I've been out to the bottom of every bottle. This time was in my head. So now we having fun, yeah. Yeah, baby. I don't know, I'm a little pumped, yumped, and chumped. Not chubbed, that's very different. Okay, and we're keeping it PG. At least to start the podcast, I'm gonna make up the words. Nickelback is a great guy, yeah. I am quarterback, not Nickelback quarterback. Yo, you think how this guy came up with his name? He's like, I ain't a quarterback, but I'm a Nickelback. Different story. Was breaking for it, and your heart was breaking. And I've been down to the bottom of every bottle. Yeah. Freaking Nickelback, man. As the older I get, the more like I embrace it, you know? Like you get a little Creed going. With arms wide open, out here in the sunlight. Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything. With arms wide open. Wide open, yeah. Take me to this place, I'll show you everything. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they kept me locked inside today. You're right, I haven't gotten out and talked to people much, you know. It's a little bit late, though, for that. It's freaking already the next day. This is probably the latest we've done a podcast. 12:30 a.m. The wind is whispering. Oh, come on. Come on with the door. As I'm saying, the wind is wisping. The wind picks up and blows a wisp through the door. And you know, it's a little bit chillier back here than it normally is. You know, normally it's like a nice temp. Like it's a nice. Like, don't get me wrong, we're in New Jersey, and it's freaking cold as shit in New Jersey. Or it has been as of late this week, which would be Friday, March 10th. Oh, wow. As I read that off to you guys, I'd be remiss if I did not acknowledge the fact of it is Friday, March 10th. 1, 2, 3, 4. I told you this is the latest we've been doing a podcast, started a podcast or whatever. Well, not anymore. It's 1, 2, 3, 5. But yeah, that just goes to show you, you know, I like numbers like that. I like when things work out. You know, today at the gym, there were 2 lockers open. 7 and 11, baby. Always open, okay? Not my legs. Those are closed, especially on Sunday. Except if your name is Jesus, then I'll open them right up. But we have to just go over a few things, like a safe word or something real quick. But this is the latest I've done a pod. Yeah, I mean, Am I late? Do I like to be late in traditional my family's fashion? Um, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what the deal is. I mean, it's none different to you. You're not the one who's out here in the thrill of the night. What is it called? Oh man, I don't know how that one goes. In the chill of the night. Chill of the night. In the chill of the night. I don't know how that goes. I don't know if that's the word. I don't know if that's, but it's dark out there, man. And it's past the point where any of my outside lights are on because they're on a timer. So if this might be the podcast I died. This might be the last episode. Yeah, so I'll treat it like it. Anyway, I buried all my money under the tree stump over there. And all of you's a bunch of bitches. You mean nothing to me. Oh, boom. Go out in flames like that, Just be dead at your funeral, wake up and be like, I always hated all of you anyway. I don't know. I think they'd be like, Alec, always with his jokes, so silly, even till death. And then they'd go about their crumpets and, schemes and scams. Not to say that I'm not up to them as my own as well, my own tricks, you could say. A master of sorcery and tricks. Not really. I'm more of a dumb guy. I saw something today, man. What did I see today? That people that are stupid are like the most... Oh, man, I'm not going to even try to repeat it because I'm going to just butcher it. But it was saying that people that are stupid are pure because they only know stupid. Which, I mean, hey, who the hell knows? I mean, you could be stupid and still mean. I mean, what about ignorance? Like people that are stupid, that are ignorant, that just don't care or tolerate people's other beliefs. They're stupid. All right, so I'm poking holes. I really am a hole poker, But yeah, I mean, because they were people that are smart or conniving enough to be smart, but people that are stupid are just stupid. They're only one thing. But yeah, we just poked holes in that. But it's kind of like the thing, somebody who lies to you, somebody who tells you a liar is more honest than somebody who pretends, somebody who's like, oh, I don't lie. That, a truthful liar is more honest than a lying truther. And I think I've tried to go over this before on the podcast, and I also butchered it. But hey, here we are again to butcher it. Yeah, I did another one of the podcasts where I tricked myself. Not really a trick, of sorts. Mostly just a treat. I don't know. I dangle the carrot. I'm big on the carrot dangling. I like to stick it out in front and give myself something to work for. There's not a lot that goes on, really. It's tough out here, okay? It's work, pile of shit. Here's some garbage for you. Terrible. Absolutely every day. Ask Denise. Freaking terrible. How is everything today, Denise? Freaking terrible. Fucking terrible. Okay, I said it. I told you it's going to be PG. We're about... Hold on. We're about 7 minutes in, 8 minutes in. Probably good enough time to break that. 8 minutes in and we broke it. Not PG anymore. Sorry. Kids, go to sleep. It's probably... No, don't go. It's not your bedtime. I'm not going to say that because I'm not your parent and I'm not going to tell you what to do. I think if you want to stay up, stay up. I mean, anybody who's telling the kids to go to sleep, I mean, it's just bad for the kids. The kids are going to stay up anyway. I mean, little Johnny's going to be sitting there looking at nudie mags, jerking his wiener at 3 a.m. He doesn't care that he got school tomorrow. Did he do his homework? Also, no. Does he care about either of those things? No. He doesn't care that he's masturbating at 3 a.m. to pictures of people who at this point are older than his grandmother. And he doesn't care that he did his homework. And why should he? I mean, little Johnny's got more important things on the brain, He's worried about his Minecraft civilization. And he should be. They got to fix that shit. The villagers, you got to try to get them to do what you want them to do, and it's just a mess. If you know, you know. The villagers stink. They absolutely stink. Trust me. If you haven't played that game, just know that the villagers stink. I mean, almost all villagers stink. Think about it. If you're referred to as a villager, that means that you live in a village. And villages generally don't have running water. I mean, in my head, think of a village. We're thinking of like probably some tribe, which also means no water. Village, you're thinking of some not really like, you're not thinking of city, you're not thinking of town, you're not thinking of suburb. Village, you're thinking rural out there. Some place from the Shire, like where the Hobbit's at. You've never been there, and you're not really interested in going. That's just me, my bad. I didn't mean to speak for all of you. Sometimes I just make assumptions and act wildly, but it's fine. We know that. We already knew that. Yeah. Nah. All the villagers are thinking, you freaking know it, Paul. I didn't wrap the point up. I didn't put the bow on the joke, but here we go. I run through my clips. I do my clips, and I'm like, all right, where's the punchline? Where's the punchline? Hit the punchline. But I never do. I just keep going. I just work on a premise, talk about it a little bit. Don't hit a punchline. Start something else. And I'm like, come on, Alec, focus. I'm sitting there in post like, Alec, focus. I'm about to go there, put the same shirt on, and record one sentence in the back just so I can make this clip good. It's all right. Most of them. I mean, who the hell knows what's funny anyway? That's why I'm not really trying. I guess I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to be funny. I'm not going to put up a facade. But the thing is, you don't know what people think is funny. I don't know. I know what I think is funny. I know how to make myself laugh. Just murder. Yeah, just murder. Murder makes me laugh. Loss of life. So fun. You ever think about what would happen, if they found you at the bottom of a cliff? Here, I'll start that over so I can make this clip good. You ever think about what would happen if they found you at the bottom of the cliff? Ooh, what is that, announcer voice? Yeah, I don't know. For months, I've been listening to this podcast, Lost in the Woods. Shout them out again. I've shouted them out before. Listen, people. Okay, if this is the first episode you heard, go listen to some of them, because this is freaking episode 48 something, 49, 50, who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? I should know. And we're getting close to 50 now that I think of it. But if this is the first episode, if you didn't realize that I've shouted out the Lost in the Woods girls episode before and talked about this, go back and listen. Go back. I'm not going to hold your hand and walk you through everything. If you don't, whatever, it's linear. Whatever I talked about on the first podcast is relevant today. So go back and listen. I know it's garbage. I know you're like, why is this drunk asshole talking to me? And he's not drunk. He's just hungover. But he's got a couple good things to say. Now, I try to cut out most of the bad stuff. I try to cut out the word stumbles. The dark alleyways that we go down with our sentences that lead to nowhere, lead to a sketchy man and a misjumbled and no punctuation, no point, no punchline to the joke. That's where I be going with my jokes and storytelling. I be going down the dark alleyway. I'm like, here we go. We got something good going on here. Oh, it's lost. I drop it. I have a $3 coin in my hand. They don't make those. But that's how good it is. It's something that they don't even make. And I got it. And it's in my hand, and I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, ain't nobody got no $3 coin. Why the hell would they even want a $3 coin? Probably because I have it. And monkey see, monkey do. They see me got something. They see they want something. It's crazy. You look at a TV. If you stare at something hard enough, people will start looking at it. And it could be nothing. And it is nothing. Because I noticed this at the gym. I'm staring into the abyss, and then people look at me, and they're like, what's he looking at like that? What's over there? Monkey see, monkey do. Okay, you can't have it. You can't have my drinks. You can't have my beverages. You can't have my food. They see you with food. They see you with beverages. What is that? You got something? You got a little, you got a little morsel? Let me get a little morsel. I'll come over here get a little morsel with you. You got anything other humans want it? Now, here's the funny part in it. They don't, they just want to have it. They don't even care. They don't care what it is, what the morsel is, if they need it. They don't care if they need it. What they know is that they want it. And once it's in their possession, it's theirs. So don't be trying to like look through their pile. They don't care if they need it or not. It's theirs. You give somebody food, try taking food away from people. Put out a buffet. Just do this experiment. Put out a buffet. Set up some tables. You're going to need tables. You're going to need plates, cutlery, all that stuff. Set it up, Google how to set up a buffet. And then once you figure that out, hold on, I'll give you some time. You figure it out yet? You got a good idea. You got a good handle on how to set up a buffet. Okay, now that you know how to set up a buffet, set it up. Get some people out there. Okay. They eat their fill, They're like, oh, this is great, man. Like fucking trays of food. I'm a pig. Oink, oink, load me up. Let me get my plate and let me eat from the trough with all the other animals. So, yeah, they get their fill. They're done. Now, the food's sitting out. Food's chilling, minding its own business. Nobody cares about it. How do you know? Because you flipped all the covers down. And if somebody cared about it, they'd go through and they'd flip all the covers up and they'd go through and they'd get their food. Nobody's that courteous. You ever met somebody courteous? No. Have you ever met somebody curious? Yeah, he was a monkey, Curious George. Now, people that are courteous, where are they? Never not seen them. They don't care. Like, you're holding 8 things. I got things, I'm juggling things. I got things in both hands, and I got a kid's cup on my freaking nose. Sir. Don't even, sir. They don't, they're not courteous. So they're not going to flip the lids down. So do this. When they're done eating, flip all the lids down, and then you'll see, nobody's eating. These lids haven't gone up in an hour. Maybe 2 hours, God forbid. God forbid. And then, all right, take the food away. Nobody's eating. Shit's chilling. Been there, out for hours. It's time. Take the food away and see how they react. They will swarm and flock to the food like it's brand new. Like you just gave it to them. Like you're taking away their firstborn son. They're like, oh, give me the food, give me the food, give me the food. It's monkey see, monkey do, man. There's like, I think I try to like figure stuff out, but it's simpler than you think. They see you with something, they want it. They don't care if they need it. It's crazy. I mean, it's messed up when you think about it. You would think that we're smart enough to think with reason. Not me, but potentially somebody else. I mean, who am I? I'm the Jester. I'm the man who pokes holes. You bring me in your court to tell you a joke. And I tell you something silly and make fun of you and hope to live another day before you cut my head off. I mean, I was close. The king almost killed me the other day. I almost was exiled from the king's court. I was working on some jokes in the back with the fellow Jester, Miguel, and we were doing our usual ball juggling routine in what we thought was the privacy of our own existence, just doing our little tricks up to our little tricks, ball, juggle, 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 ball, juggle, 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 juggle. You know what I mean. Little bit of this, a little bit of that. And lo and behold, the king, he says, oh, I seen you juggling. And I didn't like you juggling. He said, you know what? I saw that you were juggling for the... And And that's what I thought. I said, oh, we were working on the juggling, our juggling, our skills in our private time. And then we thought, oh, our tricks are good. So we went out and we showed the village people, those guys with no water. We went out and we showed them, oh, look at our juggling. Nothing happens. Great show. Great performance. Everybody's excited, thrilled, actually. You could tell because they left a bunch of likes. They left the red hearts at the festival, and you went home and you took all those red hearts and you stuck them on your wall. Could you imagine? That'd be so funny at the village gathering. They're like, I like this. Here's a heart. You know, like old time Netflix stuff, or not Netflix, Instagram stuff. They leave a comment. They write a letter. I guess you could. I guess comments and forums have always existed. Now we just all exist in one. And I like to be the jester in that one too. Who the is texting me? We are there. Get us up together. They are love to do this. They do love to do that. They always freaking. Whenever me and my girl work together, they put us in the same section, and it's like, what is going on right now? Like, why? I mean, it's not like we just spent the whole 7 years together. Now, boom, they're like, yeah, I think you guys need to work together now too. And I'm sure it's because they know we have good communication, which they may or may not be correct about. You know, we work on it every day. Maybe that's what it is. They're helping us to work on our communication and grow. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, we performed our show and we got a great viewing of our show. Me and my fellow Jester Miguel. And yeah, we went home. We went our lovely way. Now, the next day we showed up to the King's Court and there was a hearing and a trial with just the king himself. The king and V-Money brought us upstairs and gave us a whole spiel, you know. You made the court look bad. You made our kingdom look weak. Your juggling skills were quite inappropriate. Now, what was I doing? I was juggling without my shirt off. I thought it'd be a good show. You know, I've been working on my barbell lifting and my curls at the local 24-hour fitness. Shout them out. Shout out my guy Brandon and my guy Chris at the front desk. They're great. They're very friendly guys. Don't join the gym, though. You're not allowed. I don't want any more members there. It's a terrible gym. Okay? How about that? Yeah, so we thought, hey, let's juggle with our shirts off. I mean, we're pretty good at juggling with our shirts on. You know, we've been in our, you know, we got a little, you know, it's not like, you know what? Okay. All right. This is my court now. We're in my court now. I'm the ruler, okay, and what I say goes. And no one is allowed to wear a shirt here. We don't care. All right? In fact, if you have a shirt on, you will be exiled. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, we just, it's freaking almost had our heads on a plate, you know. He said, listen, you have been banished to exile from the kingdom for 2 days. Trot out into the night, deep into the night. What would you do when you trotted out into the night? And fetch me the head of a dragon. I mean, I didn't really do that. I don't really know where this metaphor is going. There was no dragon fetching. I just kind of like went home and played Call of Duty. How long? What? Oh, I mean, I guess. Yeah, but a court jester, and that's the thing. Oh, it's dying. That's why, huh? I'm like, what the? It's dying. It's about to die. Just like me when I go back to the kingdom tomorrow and they're like, you are banished. They will put my head on a skewer and mount it. And they'll probably put a cloth over it too. They won't let it be just shirtless and birtless, boatless and shoatless. Do I think this is cheap? A cheap gimmick? Am I trying to get views, with the ladies? You know who's over there? My other fellow court jester. He's like, oh my God, Alec. Alec. Are you not entertained? And it is, don't let my shirtless body fool you. It is winter. It is a cold winter's night. But yeah. That's enough of that. I don't want to catch sitting pneumonia. I already had walking pneumonia for a while, but, you can see I'm sitting currently, so it wouldn't exactly be walking pneumonia now, would it be? When you have walking pneumonia and you lay down, is it laying pneumonia? When you have walking pneumonia and you're running, is it running pneumonia? When you have frolicking pneumonia, or you get it. You got where I was going there. I don't need to. I'll spare you the embarrassment. Yeah, I don't know, man. You just live life and you just keep going and you just try to do what you can. Am I the court jester? I mean, 100%, I think I've fully realized that. My full realization my whole life has been that. Table the other day goes, our kid gets in trouble a lot in school. We're sorry if he's rude. Because the kid kept talking, he's just talking the whole time, which is normal kid behavior. I mean, 99% of the time you start talking to the table, the first person to start talking, if it's not the Karen mother, if it's not the mother, because, yeah, you're right, the mother will immediately be like, or some grandpa, and it's lunchtime, he doesn't want to hear your spiel. He wants Cabernet. Let me get a glass of Cabernet. Bring the bottle of Pinot Grigio over here and shove it down my throat. All right, I took my painkillers and I hate my wife and my deadbeat son and his freaking pothead friends. They getting drunk in my basement every night. Those sons of bitches. Yeah. Yeah. But she was saying that about her kid, and I was like, listen, I mean, that was me in school. And I realized why that was me in school. I didn't want to listen. I'm not a listener. Why do you think I have a podcast where it's just me? Listen to this podcast. Go back. Listen to the other ones. Think about because I can have a conversation with myself, and I will have a conversation with myself. Now, if you say something, if there are people around me who are talking, I will chime in, i.e. the sauna. The sauna is my favorite place. You're not going to go anywhere. You're stuck. You're sitting down. We're in a box together, very close, very quiet, unless that guy is there with his boombox playing the Smooth Black Lady R&B, which I would prefer and hope him not to be. But, big but, if he's not there, or the lady who likes to sing out loud, who wears her headphones that are very loud, or the guy with the lift cleft who always just play. I mean, there's a ton of people. It's not specifically that guy, although I did see that guy at the gym today. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make this podcast just about roasting people that were at the gym. They're all nice people, except for... Sorry, there's noises going on. I told you, if there's a podcast I get murdered, it's this one. I mean, not really. I won't. I thought about that the other day. I've said that on this podcast, actually, so I won't repeat it, but every day I get harder to murder. And you underestimate how hard it is to murder somebody. Listen to a real story of somebody who ever got murdered. Listen to the Lost in the Woods podcast that I was talking about earlier and didn't finish the point about. People get murdered on that podcast or almost murdered all the time. And people that get almost murdered can go through a lot and still come out in most of the pieces. Not all, but most. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not a listener. And neither was this kid. I'm sure of it. He wants to talk. He wants to talk. He wants to say things. He wants to be heard. I mean, school is terrible when you think about it. All day long, you got to listen to this. I mean, let me get a word in, Mrs. Rubenstein. Like, let me get a word in, Miss Webster. Miss Cauldron Fox. Whatever the hell your name is. Miss Richards. Let me get a freaking word in, Miss Cohen. Miss Ben Cohen Wang, guy that was absent from school every day of his entire life. Probably, I don't understand why he was probably somewhere else. I mean, he was obviously somewhere else. I always wonder what's going on with Ben Cohen Wang. And that's a deep cut reference. I don't think anybody listening to this will get this, but excuse me. I always wonder what Ben Cohen Wang is up to. And Ben Cohen Wang, if you're out there, reach out to me. Let me know what you're up to. Probably geese hunting. Probably migrating with a herd of cattle across Wyoming right now, or wherever the hell cattle, or maybe he's with the buffalo. Ben Cohen Wang seems like a guy that would be with the buffalo. He might actually be a relative of my brother Miguel, now that I think of it, or a good friend, a deranged, not deranged, a second cousin, a kissing cousin, perhaps, of my good brother Miguel. But yeah. This kid's trouble in class because he wants to get a word in. He wants to talk. He wants to be heard. He wants to get, like, let me get a little, have a little bit of this. So pop, pop. Have a little bit of this. Pippity, pippity, pop. Poop, pop. He wants to say some stuff. And I bet you that kid's going to be damn funny one day. I believe it. You know, and I said that to the parents. I said, listen, I was terrible in class. I always wanted to call out and say things. I got in trouble for it a lot. Was I always funny? No. Am I still not really that funny? Up for you to decide. Look at this, coming up with new answers on the spot. Yeah, but like, that's what I'm saying. Mike, your thimbles here, brother. You're going to have to come get it. But yeah, man, you just want to participate, like, more. You don't want to just be given a sheet and then write. You want to, you know, lead. That kid has great leadership skills. You put that kid on a boat, send him out there. There's things, what is going on out there, man? I just gotta be reflections, right? You know, there's just gotta be reflections. I mean, bust through the door if you're there, guy. I really don't think so. I don't think there's murderers in my town. And if they are, they're right here. The only thing I murder is the pussy. Oh. That's what would my name be if I was a bro? Probably just Alec, right? I probably am just a bro. Maybe like Alan, dude, what's up, man? You gonna play lacrosse with us later? Yeah, man, after I kill this pussy. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think, I mean, I possess skills. I think I'm handy. I'm creative, artistic, not super physically gifted. I'm not going to lie to you. But I can't catch for shit. But every day we're working on it. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think as a kid, there's something wrong with my hand-eye coordination. Either that or it's my mentality. I don't know what it is, you know. When I was a wee lad, there's lights over there. That's probably what it is. I have to put a curtain so that I just can't see out there because then I'm just getting distracted. Nah, definitely poor, I'm trying to add to my strength, but as much as I add to my strength, I can't add to my athleticism. or I could maybe, but like the skill, the finesse part of it, like the part where you try to be like smooth or suave with it. I could get stronger, but I'm not really getting still not great at catching. Does it help that my hands are like harder, and more used to like grabbing things that are even harder than balls? Yes, but it's just like the finesse of it all. Like, I don't know, just poor hand-eye coordination. I don't know what it was. As a freaking kid, I couldn't hit a baseball to save a dog. Dogs are good. That's why I say that. If there was a dog dying, wouldn't you want to save it? If they said, here's a baseball, all you have to do is hit it and you could save this dog. Seems pretty simple, right? Me, I'm going outside. I got a pile of dead dogs. You could say, Alec, we're going to keep killing dogs. You got to hit a baseball. And shit, man, you better get a big baseball. Or a small dog, because there's going to be a big pile of dogs. So you probably get some small dogs or something, coyotes. Here we go again with the coyotes. Just thinking about all the other episodes, my whole catalog just flashed before my head. Sometimes I do that, like a little callback of something that I have no idea. And then I say a word. Yo, I'm tired of this, like this outside thing, this being out here, thinking about, oh, what's that over there? Oh, what's that over there? Yeah, but what's going on? Let me tell you a little bit that's less nonsense and more like my life. I feel like I just get out here and I'm like, oh, listen to all my funny things or my jokes. Not funny thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah. But I feel like, when I started this, I always said it was more to like catalog. And it is more to like catalog and just discuss specifically. Don't mind me. I'm just going to. I realize I have a charger out here. To go over my life, to tell you about what's happening with me, and stuff like that. You mind if I sit over here real quick? I think that was actually the best. I think I liked the desk, but I think when I did it just in a chair with nothing in front of me, I think that was the best. I also think this desk is really big, and when it's just me, it's like super far. So maybe I'll have to set up something in like the other corner that I could do like a different like studio scene type. Or maybe I could just like set up something. Who knows? Maybe I'll move the desk a little bit and just like walk in front of the wall back and forth. That'd be pretty funny if I stood up and just like talked the whole podcast. I think I get tired, but I think your brain thinks better when you're walking. I think that's actually definitely true. I think has become my, I've been working I've been working more, but also less on my, I realize it's a filler word. I realize when I say, or say, also I've been using okay, because I've been trying to like switch what my filler word is. But like a lot of people have filler words. If you listen to somebody's podcast, there's like a lot, and I think, I don't want to say that's where I'm like getting it from. That's where I'm picking it up. But like sometimes I swear that's why. I mean, I definitely pick up people's good things. Like I definitely, or a little bit. Like I pick up like subconsciously like jokes and stuff. I mean, you've heard me talk about that before. But then like I also like have been picking up, like I started realizing that I do the every 5 seconds, like, and all that stuff. Like is a filler, okay can be when you're just like, okay, there you go, 2 filler words. But there's something of a rhythm to it, is what I realized too. Like you're trying to, like every sentence is almost like a rhythm. Like you're trying to get like a poem, like a bit of a flow going, and you got to kind of start it. So if there isn't, so you're a little bit afraid to just go in with something. You kind of want to preference it, slide a little something on the end, the front. It's like an emoji. It's like an emoji. It's just like a little softener. You're like, you don't know, like, maybe you want to go here. You know about this? Like, I know you, like, you might not know about it, but like, I'm trying to see, like, oh, if you don't, like, I asked you. Is that what it is? If you don't, I asked you. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like a softener. It's like it doesn't make it a hard definite. That's just a little bit into the psyche of how I think and how I talk. But I've been working on it less and more. Less because I've been doing it less, because I know that I've been doing it less. But, I mean, yeah, I've been working on it less because, well, yeah, that reason. I guess less and less I've been working on it, not less and more. Because I've been doing it less for that reason, but I've also been doing it less because I don't care, because I realized all those things that I just said to you. It's not like it's annoying to hear it every 5 seconds, but you don't really pick it up unless you're paying attention to it. A, because B, everybody does it. Listen to people talk. Go listen to a podcast and tell me that they don't have a filler word. And then send them to me. Because after I noticed that I had started doing it all the time, I started listening for people to say filler words. And I noticed that all these people did it. And I didn't like even notice it before. But now I'm paying attention to it, and now I notice it. So I've been doing it less because I've been doing it less, and I've been doing it less because I don't care if I'm doing it less. It's about the rhythm and the flow. It's about the song of the sentence. Yeah. But I'm going to Florida next week. I'm excited. I'm going to Florida. Today's Friday the 10th. I'm going on, I guess, the 13th. We're leaving. We're flying down. And we're going to go visit Universal for a little bit. For a day, we're going there. And then we're going to go over and see my fudge over down in Florida. And Carolyn and Valentino, we're going to meet down in Florida. I haven't been in a while. I haven't been in a much time, I should say, have I been. So, I'm excited to sit out on the dock and fish. Hopefully the reeds don't look terrible, although I imagine they probably do. Although he's been there for like months, so he probably has done a ton of work to it. Unlike me, because I just let stuff sit. That's why the walls still look the way they do. You know, I really just like wanted to do, like, it's funny because like these other walls over here, like that you don't see, I didn't spackle. But I spackled all this because this was the first corner I did, because I wanted to see like if I could do it like a little bit. And like everybody comments that it's terrible, and like I get it, and it looks terrible for sure because there's no primer. It's like splotchy, McSplotchy, and I didn't sand it, and I didn't put a second coat on it, and it's also the first time I did it. So cut me some slack is all I'm saying. Yeah. About to go outside and see Prince Philip, Dog Philip, Goat Philip. That evil goat from The Witch. Or The Vitch, if it's 2 V's. I mean, I've never seen a W disconnect in the middle. Every time I've ever written W, I've never written it as 2 V's next to each other, because then it would be 2 V's. Then it'd be The Vitch, not The Witch. I understand you want to be creative. There's not a lot of different fonts. There's only X amount of fonts. There's only X amount of storylines. There's only X amount of notes. So you got to be inventive. Don't be inventive with letters that already exist. Don't be inventive with things like double V's to be W's. I mean, if you want to like make up a new, there's got to be some other way than you putting 2 V's and making us think The Witch is The Vitch. Okay? Also, how did you trick everybody into watching a film about Christianity? Like, everybody's like, oh, it's a great horror film. And it is a great horror film. But, like, it's literally just about, like, Christianity. Like, you watch it, it's done, and you're like, what the fuck was this movie? So then, naturally, you go on YouTube and you type in, what the fuck was that movie about? And then you watch it back, and you're like, oh my God, They tricked me into watching their whole thing about Christianity or Orthodox Judaism. God knows what's going on out there. I have no freaking clue. The Greek Orthodox Buddhist Jews out there, man. I'm sorry if I offended you. All right, there's too much shit. I have no idea what's going on. You about to see me out there with the fat man singing about unholy shit. You about to see me out there with the fat man singing unholy and shit. Oh man, they just canceled me for that. I didn't mean that. I probably should cut that. I won't, but yeah. I mean, what are we at here? Let's see. 43:30. Don't. And I started that after I did the song, so it's not exactly accurate. Okay. Don't take anything I say seriously. How about that? There's a blatant statement. I should do a thing at the front of the episode. Every episode I should start with, anything that I say on this show, I don't mean. It is a joke for comical purposes only. I mean, you know, if they cancel me though, like we've said on the podcast, then I'm doing something right. You know, I guess that's how that goes. I mean, I don't write the rules out here. I just, sit idly by while people break them. And I make jokes because I'm the jester. I sit in the court and I say, ooh, isn't it so funny that we have these dumb rules? And they say, yes, well, we must have those rules in order to rule the land. You will wear a shirt. I didn't know shirtless was where we draw the line. I mean, there's so many places that the line could have been drawn so many times, but shirtless? For crying out loud. I mean, do you see these? Shirtless is where we draw the line. Shirtless, folks. Sorry. I just wanted to go over some more things, if you don't mind, before I keep going off on these tangents about double V's and shit. Freaking dropped my french fries in the car today, man. I don't know about you, but I always be eating in the car. And I like to put stuff in my lap sometimes. You don't really have like a table, although maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe I should work on a table for the car. Now you're thinking. Before, not really. When you took your shirt off, not really. How can you even see specks of dust out the corner of your eye? Like, how can I even see a floating speck of dust out the corner of my eye? I know that I can't see those new fancy televisions. I don't see 8K. My eyes are not seeing 8K, but somehow I just did see that. Maybe they do see 8K, all right? If I'm freaking seeing the thing out the corner of my eye. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's been tough, though. I dropped my french fries in the car. I was banished from the court. I've been getting in trouble, and I don't like it. I feel like I try each and every day, and then, sometimes it's like, well, are you not trying enough? And it's like I try more and more, and I put more feet on the ground, and I try different strategies, and none of it works. Bottom line, none of it works. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of things that I have concrete evidence that anything is working. I will tell you that I am getting physically stronger and bigger. That's just about it. That's why I go to the gym, because I can factually tell you and prove to you that I'm getting bigger and stronger. Anything else that I'm doing, I have no idea. Is it good? Is it bad? What does it mean? Should I continue it? Should I stop it? Do I have the answers? No. A third time, no. Don't tell me it ain't a rhythm. You just saw it right there. It's a freaking song. The whole thing is a song. It's a poem. So when I started with it's just because I'm, because that's a note I know. It's in my repertoire. I use it all the time, and I know it works in a lot of places. So I throw it in there. It's like if you're playing guitar and you're the G chord or, metal, you're just like strumming a down note on an open 6 string. You're just, you just throwing in a chord that you know. You're just throwing in a note that you know, and it works, so it fits. And that's it. It's not even, there's no thinking, there's nothing to it. But then you rewatch the podcast and rewatch the clips and cut it out 17 times. I mean, just let yourself be at this point. Just do what you do. You're doing a good job as is. Yeah. Freaking Ben left. I mean, we went over that. It's just like, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. My girl's going to a new job. Rest in peace, my friend. Boy Viggs. Just got fired. A lot of jokers were getting put on the block this week. Let me say that. Three clowns indeed were put on the block. And, we almost all listen. We'll see where the dices end up. I'm sure they'll fire us all one day. Hey. But not today. This cat lives another day, Dennis. 9 lives, man. I can't believe you said that. Like, I really should have, the fact that I didn't listen to that when you said that. I mean, I listened loud and clear. You were always so fascinating, Dennis, to have as a manager. Some of the things that you said really did break the wall. You weren't always nice to me, and that's fine. I didn't like you for those reasons, and I didn't like that about you. I've had managers that have been way nicer to me, but you broke the fourth wall in the way that I say certain people can, and only a few people can. So it was interesting to have a manager to do that. So for you to say that and to have it reign true even today, I mean, shit. This motherfucking cat be jumping over everything like it's Wipeout. Like I'm doing parkour. Who was doing parkour the other day? Miguel. You know how that went? Not good. Not well. And we do wish you well, Miguel. If you're home, rest up and feel better, brother. It's a good thing I release these weeks after events happen. I wonder if he ever listens and is like, oh. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're drawing the line at the shirt off. Like, do you see me? And I'm up there like, yeah, really inappropriate of me. So inappropriate of me. Oh, do you want to spank me for it? I know how to be a little bitch and take it. Yeah. I don't know, though. You've been working all day, every day, trying to get stuff to go in the right direction. Trying to get that graph. And it's like, boosh, 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 boo. Shit sucks, man. What a solemn note. I'm excited, though. We get to go on vacation, me and my girl, next week. I've been working really hard to pay for this vacation, so I hope it's great, and I hope we have a great time. And she's a great girl, so it'll be tons of fun. No, she's a terrible girl, and I hate her. So I'm actually going to go by myself. Fuck that bitch. No, honey, no. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's been a challenging week, but how's that different from the rest of life? Been a challenging. There's that note again. Been a challenging week and been a challenging life. And hey, baby, where you at, my bitch? I've been trying not to. Who am I kidding? I ain't been trying to do nothing. I ain't been trying to do nothing. Here we are. Yeah, man. On an honest note, and on an honest note, it is, yeah, it's cold, man. It's cold out. It's dark out. It's night out. And the sun is setting on our life, I guess. Even though there's so much more of it to live, it feels like it's that final chapter. You know, it's crazy, like Game of Thrones, the first scene, or the first couple episodes, where the whole family's together, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Like, or not, wow, this is amazing. You take it for granted. You know, they're together in the beginning, and then they all go off on their own ways, and it's like the last time they were ever together in Winterfell. Like the first episode. But in the first episode, you're like, man, there's like so many more episodes. Like, I don't really care this episode. Like, I'll care next episode. You take that shit for granted. You know, and I was saying to Mike today, like, we take that shit for granted every day. The people that are here, the life that's here right now, take it for granted. And all too many times, like, I see it just slip through my fingers. I see people and lives slip through my fingers, and it just changes. And I wish it didn't. I wish I could do something about it. You know, I've always said on this podcast, the thing that I have the hardest time with is change. So it sucks, because it'll never be the first episode again. I mean, eventually everybody's going to end up dead. Shit. You know, there's new characters all the time, is what Mike said, and it's true. And you like them. You know, new characters could be good too. And the end of The Office, remember the end of The Office when they introduced a bunch of characters? It was alright. Didn't really work on that 70s show when they tried to introduce characters. But yeah, man. It kind of sucks that it just keeps going. And I guess all I'm trying to say to you is don't take those moments for granted. And by you, I mean me as well. Don't take those people and those things and those opportunities and my loved ones, you know, especially, for granted. You know, I'll appreciate all of it. Because I joke about this cat having 9 lives, but you see it. It could happen. Anything could happen. I like to think we're all going to live happily ever after together. You know, Meg's still there. Carrie's still there. People like that, you know. Now my girl's leaving, you know. I remember when Julian was brand new. Julian G. I remember when I trained him. And I was like, you know, I guess this guy's alright. You know, he's new, so I don't really know if he's funny. And then now, like, I appreciate the hell out of him. And I'm upset that he's gone. And then we had Matt, and he came in. And now he's gone. And it's like the same thing. It's like, you know, you bring somebody in, you train somebody, you're like, oh, let's see if I'm friends with this guy. Then you are friends with that guy. And then you're not. You're not friends with that guy. That guy's gone. You know, and that's it. Yeah, man. I think it's like all the movies when you're a kid end happily ever after. But real life is more like Game of Thrones. The Starks are only together in Winterfell first 2-3 episodes. A couple of them leave, go somewhere, and they didn't realize they'd never be together. And you didn't realize they'd never be together. But it very quickly becomes fact. Some of them die, and you know, that's how it is. That's how life is. It's like Game of Thrones. Episode 1, don't take that shit for granted. Episode 5, don't take that shit for granted. Episode 10, because you never know. You're not going to have that same crew. That time, like, you're not going to be able to recreate that time. You're not going to be able to recreate that cast. That time is that time. And you have to appreciate it for that exact moment. Yeah. Friday, March 10th, 1:30 in the morning. Gonna work a double tomorrow. Not excited for that, but hey, maybe I'll have as good enough things to say as I just said right now. Thank you, though, folks. Appreciate you. It's been the Rainbows and Sunshine. I think this is episode 48, to be exact. Thank you so much. Have a good night.